I'm Keegan,
I'm Nick.
and this is the Shivers Report, where you get the most up-to-date real estate information,
In the world!
and mainly in the Pacific Northwest. The good, the bad, and the ugly in 2025. We're going to go over all that today. How do you feel about the 2025 real estate market?
I think there was some good, there was some bad, and there was some ugly. So let's start with the young guy's perspective. Kig, what do you think was good in 2025?
I think there was good, there was bad. One of the biggest things that I think was good was we did see a rise in inventory. We're around 15% according to Redfin data. Sitting there, which gives people more options. I think the biggest thing, and one of the biggest things people have talked about, is affordability. And for affordability to happen, inventory needs to go up. So we are trending in the right direction.
Yeah, I would agree with you on that. Inventory in the Pacific Northwest trending very similar, up about 14 to 15%. Um, and the to add to that, which was another positive, we've seen mortgage applications up double digits, and it's all because of interest rates. So we've had flat real estate appreciation. The fact is, we had um, nominal 2% nationwide growth, meaning 2% not factoring in inflation. So if you factor in inflation, we actually seen values go down. And in the Pacific Northwest, we've actually seen home values go down, not factoring in inflation. So factoring in better interest rates and depreciation, homes are affordable. Still very, very high, especially in that first-time home buyer price point category, but overall better than it was in 2024. So that is good as well.
Yeah. I think another thing to look at too, I mean, with that inventory, it still seems to be that sellers are outnumbered by buyers. I mean, with the amount of concessions that we're getting, with some of the deals that buyers are getting right now, with those inspection reports that are coming back that we're seeing, it does seem a little bit more like a buyer's market for the people that can't afford the
Yeah.
homes that they're getting into.
No, I definitely think it's definitely a buyer's market.
Mm.
Now, if you're a seller, that's not good, depending. But I'm going to say, compared to what? If it's a buyer's market in mid-tier to higher tier price point, it's still a seller's market in first-time home buyer price points below 400, even in certain areas below 450. So there's some good in there for sure this year for buyers. Better interest rates, more affordable, more options.
Yeah. Now, I'd say the last thing too is, I mean, this time last year in 2024, rates were higher than where we're at right now.
Yeah.
We were at 6.2s,
Yep.
which is a much better start than where we were at last year.
Yeah, exactly. And I think there's one other aspect that we could I think was good in 2025. It was the year of the professional. I mean, here's the reality. If you don't understand the market, if you don't understand clients and emotions and stuff like that, if you are not a true professional, if you're part-time in this game, you can't survive. I think this NAR came out with a statistic, 71% of the agents sold less than one home a year. The reality is, in my opinion, I'm gonna kind of a crotchety old guy now. I don't think you should be in the business if you're doing one transaction a year. This is the biggest asset most people will ever transact. If you don't understand the market, if you don't understand economics, if you don't understand migration patterns, if you don't understand that, you should not be in this business. There's too much money involved.
One of my best friends in real estate. What about going with him? He has never sold a house, but no, I think it's important because, I mean, a lot of people have friends, family. You can throw a dime down the street and you hit 30 realtors. So I think it's important that when you're choosing your real estate professional, that you actually do the background research,
Yeah.
on what they've done.
And it doesn't mean just because someone's been in the business 30 years that they know what they're doing. The fact is, this industry changes dramatically, and you need someone, whether they've been in the, because we have agents on our team that have been in the business a year that sell 30, 40 houses. Okay. So they have more experience in 1 year than an agent that's been in the business 20 years. So
Yeah, yeah,
that was the good of 2025.
yeah, and up to date experience with that too, with where we're at in the market. On the other side of that, when looking at the negatives, what were some negatives that you saw from this last year?
Well, I mean, I think everybody was thinking that we would see more transactions
Yeah.
happen. We're pretty much the same across the board in 2025 as we were. There was a saying in the real estate industry, survive until 2025.
Mhm.
We're still in that in that ballpark. That's bad. First time homebuyer, a lot of the millennials that were, I think the average age of the first time homebuyer right now is 40 years old. I don't think
Yeah.
that that's a good thing. So the amount of transactions that are happening is bad, in my opinion. The amount of families being able to get in homes that I don't necessarily think that's a good thing either. It builds community, it builds stability. The reality is most Americans aren't good at savings. Buying a house is forced savings. And the reality, the numbers don't lie. People that own houses have a 10 times more net worth than someone that rents traditionally. Now,
Mhm.
got to be careful in today's day and age, but I think that's something that is not a good thing.
Yeah, and with that being said, on with it being survived to 2025, does it not feel a little bit like that right now too, or it's like survive to 2026?
Yeah, yeah,
In the real estate industry, it seems like a lot of people, oh, interest rates are for sure going to go down next year. Kind of what they've been saying in the previous years
yeah.
leading up to 2025. What do you have to say about that?
Um, I believe that again, there's two things that tell me that I believe we will see better interest rates. Will they get down to 3? Absolutely not. Do I think they might hit low high fives? Absolutely. And I'm gonna there's two big reasons. We're looking at some cracks in our employment. Okay, Lennar and D.R. Horton just came out and stopped production. So building is slowing down. That's jobs and a lot of tech, a lot of layoffs, especially in the Pacific Northwest. We're seeing a lot of layoffs there. Okay, labor is one of the factors when they look at interest rates.
Mhm.
The second thing is good, bad, or indifferent. Trump will get someone in the Fed chair that follows his role.
Mhm.
And he is what is he pushing? Lower interest rates, lower interest rates, lower interest rates. So those two factors will tell me that I do believe that interest rates will get lower in 2026. I think we had this discussion. Is there the National Association of Realtors said that we would see 14% more sales.
Mm-mm.
And I think we both agreed. The only way we see that is what?
If we get to mid to low fives.
Mid to low fives. I
And
agree.
that was one of my other points as kind of the market negatives. And we still have rate uncertainty. I
Yeah.
mean, the economy as a whole, there are some gaps. And for people that are losing their jobs, you're seeing a tick up with that. I think it's very uncertain for people who are looking to sell, looking to buy, if this is a good time, if next year is going to be the holy grail of what they've been waiting for.
Yeah.
Because a lot of people are still locked in those rates that it doesn't make sense to make a move.
Yeah. I mean, and the reality is majority of metros, it's cheaper to rent than to buy.
Mhm.
Austin, rent growth is down 3 to 6%, depending on your Portland Metro, 2 to 3% rent growth down. So again, that's why I think the dynamics of owning historically has been always thumbs up. I still believe in home ownership. I think you just got to be very strategic. You have to be picky. You got to be patient. That's what I think in 2025. 2026, we need patience. I do believe that we are going to see further um, deterioration in the amount of agents in our industry, but I think there's good and bad to that. So that's kind of a right in the middle.
If you like this video, like, subscribe, and for any real estate information in the Pacific Northwest, we got you covered.